My name is Sam Worcester. I am a trainee therapeutic consultant radiographer and I specialise in brachytherapy and I work at the Norwich University Hospital. Within brachytherapy at the Norwich, we use the ARIETTA 65 fusion for our brachytherapy treatments for prostate and cervix. As an established brachytherapy centre, we previously had an ultrasound system provided by Hitachi. Fujifilm took over Hitachi, so we were kind of aware of what the Fujifilm offerings were. And when our device came to be replaced, we looked at all market offerings of what was available, but decided to stick with Fujifilm and their offer of the ARIETTA 65. We felt that this provided an upgrade to our existing machine with a bigger visualization, easier to see on the screen when working in a small area with lots of people, stopped everyone crowding around the machine and getting in everyone's way. And we were also interested in the biplane imaging that the ARIETTA 65 allows us to do with our rectal probes. So we use it for two body sites. We use it for cervix brachytherapy, where patients are under an anaesthetic and they're having the applicators inserted, and we use abdominal scanning to help us guide the applicators to try and minimise any perforation of tissues and ensure clinicians are happy with their placements before the patient is woken up. On Thursdays, we do our prostate brachytherapy, and our prostate brachytherapy procedures are all ultrasound planned. So without an ultrasound machine, we couldn't do anything. So it's a really critical point of those treatments on Thursday that we have the best imaging quality possible. The Fusion 65 has allowed us to improve our workflow for our prostate patients with bigger screen imaging, allowing for more identifying of critical tissues, such as the organs at risk when we're treating with brachytherapy. It's also allowed us to implement our abdominal scanning for our cervix brachytherapy, something we weren't doing before we had the ARIETTA 65. And we've had really good feedback from our clinicians about the visualization of the applicators as they're being inserted. We find the ultrasound is very easy to use. All of our staff are capable of using it. The touchscreen is very interactive, very intuitive, makes making decisions or changing settings very easily and quick. We had great support when we set up from our app specialist, and we have pre-programmed settings for our cervix patients depending on their BMI, and also our prostate patients depending on whether we're looking at anatomy or identifying our needle applicators inside the patient. We also found with the new rectal probe that we were provided with, it's a much smaller diameter than our previous offering. So for the patients that have procedures whilst awake under a local anaesthetic, the smaller the diameter of the probe is much more tolerable and increases that patient experience of their appointment. We find for all procedures the imaging quality produced is excellent. It allows us to place our applicators with millimetre tolerance for our prostate patients. Throughout all of our procedures, our patient safety and comfort is at our main priority, and using the Fujifilm ARIETTA 65 allows us to image with care, ensuring that our patients are safe during their procedures. We are inserting applicators and ensuring that they're going into the right place before we go any further. And for our patients who experience the ultrasound when they're awake, having a smaller diameter rectal probe provides that comfort and care for that patient as we're performing their procedures. The apps training that we received at the start was specific to us and what we needed the machine to do, not just a general use. And then when we had some troubleshooting, we experienced that Proudly by Your Side motto from Fujifilm as they came to support us through our live lists to ensure the settings they created worked as we needed them to.